Alright, we made it in. $15 a ticket, not bad at all. Here's some of the things we'll see. I'm looking forward to this 9/11 Fallen Heroes tribute. Presidential funerals. I want to see the Abraham Lincoln funeral of the royals. That's interesting. Walking directly in, it looks like we are kicking things off with the presidential. Oh, they even have a casket in there. Look at that. So this hearse had the bodies of President Reagan and President Ford for both of their funerals. Yep, this is definitely right up my alley. When you can see the casket in there too with the American flag on it. Some actual pictures taken. See, this is usually what I would go and see. Not today though, but someday. Make it to the bushes. Oh, and they're playing taps. Oh, check this out. We could actually look behind in the hearse. Still mind-blowing to think that President Ford and Reagan were both right in there at the end of their lives. Many faces of Honest Abe. From the pictures I've seen, it looks like there's like a mannequin of Abraham Lincoln's body in a casket. So if we see that, it will be in the video. I think this was one of the last photos taken with his son. This section has a lot of old original papers. Obviously you can tell from how yellow they are, but there's when Nixon died. Lyndon B. died. Oh my gosh. Roosevelt. And since the papers were more so drawings back then, this is like when Grant's funeral was. These are all original too. But look at their like drawings. Let's head into presidential funerals. Oh my gosh. Directly to the left. Lincoln's body. Straight ahead. Now, if you didn't know, when Abraham Lincoln died, his body was like transported across multiple states in the country back then. And this is a replica of what the train looked like. It's like probably Union soldiers of some sort carrying the casket. Wow. Another fun fact, when Lincoln's body was on this final ride, if you call, they actually did go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and his body sat in Independence Hall for, I believe, 2 days. 2 or 3 days, but yeah. A replica of the gun John Wilkes Booth used to kill Lincoln. I did tour Ford's theater, and in the theater they do have the actual gun that was used. So I do plan to go back there, do that tour again, as well as retrace John Wilkes Booth's steps. Quite interestingly creepy. Replica of Lincoln's death mask post-assassination. Well, and there is Lincoln's tomb. I have not visited that grave, but I will someday. These were military boots worn during Reagan's funeral procession. This is a replica, same model casket that President Reagan's body was placed in. You know, I was wondering if we were going to see any JFK artifacts or items. JFK. And this is a replica of the casket that JFK's body was placed in from Dallas back to Washington, D.C. Same wood replica casket. And this represents the eternal flame at Arlington National Cemetery where JFK and Jackie are buried. I have been there. I actually plan to do another video on that because I filmed that like 4 years ago. Now this is beyond sad. This is a showing JFK's funeral, and if you look here, little John, center of your screen, is saluting his father. Jackie's dressed all in black. Poor little John. If you are interested in presidential museums and more specifically presidential grave sites, I have visited quite a few. I actually have a presidential playlist on my channel, if you will, so I'll leave a link at the end of this video if you want to go check that out. But I have covered a lot and I plan to cover more presidential famous graves. Oh my word, this is an old embalming machine used to embalm the body of President Harry S. Truman. Oh my gosh, this is the actual one. Look at this. This embalming machine was used to embalm the body of President Harry S. Truman. Another one, I saw his grave and toured his presidential library outside of Kansas City, Missouri. If you want to go check that out, it's on my channel, but my gosh, that is beyond crazy. This is an actual old-fashioned hearse from 1921. It was used, refurbished today. Is refurbished the right word? Thinking of like iPhones, it's refurbished, but y'all know what I mean. They even have a sleigh. This is a 1800s horse-drawn sleigh. See the old-fashioned casket in there. I do wonder if someday I will be in the back of one of these. My wife wants to be cremated, so will I be cremated or put in the ground? Undecided, don't know. But I could be in the back of one of those if we're not cremated. This one actually reminds me of JFK, just because his casket was put on, you know, something similar to this, and the horses would take it through DC. I've made it to the 9/11 memorial. I don't know, besides this fire truck here, if any of this is original. Like, I don't know if this hat is, or if these are just examples, but this is ladder 18 fire truck. I cannot believe I'm seeing this Urns donated by the city of New York containing ashes from Ground Zero. Oh my God. 100% did not think something like this would be in here. You know, out of all the places I've traveled and been to, I have yet to visit Ground Zero in New York. It's been on my list. We were supposed to go 2020, and then COVID hit, and we didn't go, and then we moved to Texas, and yada, yada, yada. But I will make it there someday. I spy with my little eye the king of rock and roll, Elvis Aaron Presley. Oh my word. Charlie Daniels fiddle. You know, Charlie Daniels, Devil Went Down to Georgia. Looks like that's signed by him. Have to wonder if he played The Devil Went Down to Georgia on this very violin. I was hoping there was going to be something from Elvis behind this poster, but there's not. So I'm a little disappointed. I know I have plenty of Elvis fans on my channel, subscribers, so sorry guys. Thought there was going to be something, but there's just a basketball. Oh my word, this is one of the Munchkins costumes from The Wizard of Oz. Look at this guy. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Holy cow, look at that. This is a Staples Center ticket. If it'll focus. Michael Jackson's memorial service, July 7th, 2009 at 10 a.m. Ticket must be accompanied with a wristband. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, this keeps getting better and better. Can you believe we're seeing this? This is Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka hat. Never thought I would see this. They actually have a replica of Marilyn Monroe's grave. Buried in Hollywood. I will go see that this year. But this is cool. That's funny that they even have, you know, that on there too. Here's some members of the 27 Club. I would like to visit all of their death sites and graves someday for those who have graves. Like I've been to Kurt Cobain's house. I've been to Jim Morrison's grave. But like Janice, her ashes were taken in a helicopter and thrown in the Pacific. But I hope to go to the hotel where she died. And Amy Winehouse, whenever we get back to London, I shall do a video on her. So stay tuned. I guess this is kind of supposed to be a funny. Because, you know, in Snow White, when she's placed in the glass casket, there you go. The real life version. Robin Williams. And believe it or not, Robin Williams wore these shoes in that movie, RV. That was really sad. I mean, who did not love this man? And just the way he died is so tragic. Another one that was tragically lost. So sad. Him and his daughter. They even have this updated, you know, from last year, like when Hulk Hogan died. This is a casket that was made for 3. It's supposed to be the mom, the dad, and the daughter that died. It's a long story. But long story short, it was never used. The daughter died. The parents, long story short, were planning to do themselves in. I don't want to go any further, but they changed their minds, and the casket was never used, but it was supposed to be for them. Never seen a casket for 3. When I was in Missouri, I went to see where Jesse James was originally buried, and then I went to his actual grave, and I toured the original Jesse James childhood home. And when they exhumed his body from there, the casket was like in little pieces like this, so I got to see that. I'm telling y'all, if you're new here, if this is the first time you're seeing my channel and you like this stuff, I think you're gonna like my channel. Check out my Famous Graves playlist, Dark History playlist, Outlaws, Gangsters playlist, Presidential playlist, man, other museums I've done. If you're into this stuff, I hope you subscribe and watch my videos, because I really think you'll like them as well. Just saying. Back in the day, fellas making caskets. Wow. This is such a good display. The popes. Whoa. Got like freaked out a little bit there. Scared me. Oh, look. There's Anubis, Egyptian god of embalming. Oh my word. Showing Civil War embalming, the beginning of embalming in America. Wonder if these are original. They look it. Embalming fluids. I'm sure they're real, since we're in this museum. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think these like old 1800s hearses are fascinating. This one's called a children's white hearse. I gotta go take a look at that. I see why it's children's, because it's so tiny. Keep in mind, a lot of these too, these are not replicas. These are, real. Were actually used. I'm referring to the hearses, not the caskets. It's really sad. Child's casket. 19th century mourning dresses. Looks like these are also very old hearses from back in the day. Wow. This is a glass casket. That's interesting. Oh yeah, glass. Holy smokes, that was cool. There was so much stuff I did not expect to see in there. Oh my God, even down to Gene Wilder's hat from Willy Wonka. I'm sure he had multiple in that movie, but that was one of them. I couldn't believe it. So, wow, I'm just blown away. That was awesome. If you guys are down in the Houston area, you know, and maybe you're going to tour the NASA Space Center, 100% come check this out if you're into this stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna head out, y'all. It's been a long day for me. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up. Check out any of my playlists. Like I said, I'll put them here, wherever. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all so much.